Danielle Smith is a disgrace. She's the former leader of the Wild Rose Party of Alberta. She was the leader of the opposition there, the strongest leader of the opposition in a generation. She received more than 400,000 votes in her last election, and then she cut a secret deal with the PC Premier, Jim Prentice, to dissolve her opposition party and defect to join him. She convinced many of her MLAs to go along with this disreputable deal. Prentice didn't need the extra seats. He already had a majority. There was no reason for him to do this other than to destroy any Democratic checks and balances on him. And we quickly saw why he wanted to. He brought in a disastrous high debt budget, and then he called a snap election much earlier than was scheduled under the fixed election dates. And he did that just to take advantage of his dirty deal with Smith. Well, voters were disgusted. They threw out Prentice's PCs. They did revive the Wild Rose Party somewhat, but obviously they gave the government to the NDP, pretty much the only party untainted by that fiasco. Jim Prentice and Danielle Smith so disgraced their parties, and indeed the democratic system, that even right-wing Albertans held their noses and voted NDP. That's how bad Prentice and Smith were. And Preston Manning of the so-called Manning Center for Building Democracy, he was actually a key part of this whole thing. He secretly advised the Wild Rose MLAs to quit, to dissolve their party, and to defect. No consultation, no vote, no nothing. Manning gave them his personal blessing in secret, and some of them went along with it. This disaster is on Manning's head too. Well, it's been 3 months since the election. Danielle Smith is a joke who doesn't realize she needs to go away for a long time, and neither does Manning. He's actually out there promoting a carbon tax. He'll fit right in with his NDP government, won't he? So it shouldn't be any surprise that Preston Manning's Manning Center, paid for by oil patch donors, who surely regret it now, or at least they should, invited Danielle Smith for a secret meeting. The Manning Center has all sorts of public events, and they send out press releases and news updates and tweets all the time, but Danielle Smith's meeting there was kept quiet. For Smith's speech, though, some Manning Center staff who had publicly opposed Smith in the past were barred from attending. Seriously, this guy Manning is running a school on democracy, and he's banning people who disagree with fake conservatives like Danielle Smith. What a joke. Now, some other Manning Center interns tweeted or Facebooked about this and were quickly ordered by the Manning Center to scrub any public record of it. Gee, if you're meeting with someone, Preston, if she's the guest of honor, if you're making your interns listen to her, or at least the interns who aren't on your blacklist, why are you so embarrassed about this? I think Preston Manning has to decide what team he's on. He almost destroyed the Wild Rose Party. And now he's working against the oil patch, promoting a carbon tax. He's not a conservative anymore, and he's hardly a Democrat. Now that's all fine. We call such a person a liberal or a new Democrat. In the case of Manning, though, like with Smith, we add another word: betrayer. For the Rebel.Media, I'm Ezra Levant.